Good day, everyone! Most especially to all my students of Placida Miquiabas National High School. How are you guys? I hope you are doing well today. It's me again, your teacher, Mamshi Ives, saying stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay at home and have fun in answering all of your modules. Now, we are now on lesson 1 of quarter 1 module 4, which is entitled Identifying Text of Textual Aids. So, I would like to welcome you all to this module. You must be very eager to start with the learning activities prepared for you. So, the activities in the module have been designed to provide you with rich and stimulating learning experience. So after going through this module, you are expected to define textual aids and identify the different forms of textual aids. Okay, so according to Winston Churchill, difficulties mastered are opportunities won. In your journey in your high school life, you have encountered a lot of challenges that also gave you opportunities to improve yourself. Despite all the hardships, may it be in academics or not, an aid or assistance is significant to help you how to deal with the difficulties and increase your capabilities to further improve yourself. Just like in reading, there are times you find it difficult to comprehend the text when there are unfamiliar words with the reading selection and you need help in order to understand it. You can either consult a dictionary to look for their meaning or use context clues. Now, read and examine the two types of text. First text. This is set A, which is entitled Sleep. Experts say that people or adults need at least 6 hours of sleep every night. If they do not get enough sleep, they will feel sleepy the whole day. Younger kids need at least 9 hours of sleep every night. After school, activities can take away from sleep time for kids. Also, parents with busy lifestyles stay up late and their kids do the same. Kids with little sleep have hard time sleeping at night, and this will affect their daily routine and make them less active and productive through the day in school. Most parents are not aware of what goes on when their kids go to sleep and how the brain works when we are asleep. Many people think that the brain shuts down when we go to sleep, but it is the opposite. Experts say that the brain is very active when we are asleep and could be even more active than when we are awake. So that's the first text. Now let's move on to the second one, set B. So this is an example of a pie graph which is entitled or which is about favorite ice cream flavors. So this chart was created by the author. So here are two questions here, but you need not to answer this question. Again, you need not to answer this question. First question, between the two sets of examples, which would you prefer more in understanding a text and why? So again, set A and set B are two types of text. So between the two, which would you prefer more in understanding a text and why? Personally, I would prefer set B. Set B because even if it is simple, very simple, but it is very clear. The data inside the graph is very clear. Unlike set A, which is the text or the literary text, for you students, it would be very difficult for you to understand or comprehend the text. It is because there are difficult words that are found in set A, and you have to have your dictionary so that you can have the meaning of those difficult words. So for me personally, I would like to, or I would prefer to use set B. Now let's move on to question number 2. What type of text is set A? What about set B? So set A is an example of a literary text, while set B, this is an example of a textual aid, one of the examples of textual aids. So that's the difference between the two. So let's explore. Oftentimes we find it tedious to read very long literary pieces and even more difficult to comprehend if it is purely texts and without illustrations. With the help of textual aids, words become more visible and easy to remember by the readers. So we have here textual aids, also called text features, are visual elements on a page such as titles, bold or italic prints, charts, diagrams, maps and tables, written text, prints, and some other way of writing for an important word to stand out from the other. This will make it easy for readers to memorize, remember, and learn important words more quickly and easily. As textual aids are helpful in previewing the text, textual aids are mostly used in non-fiction text. Text aids focus the reader's attention on specific parts of the text and help the reader identify important ideas in the reading. So text features in the form of pictures, illustrations, or graphs give the reader additional information to support what is found in the text. So these are the forms or examples of textual aids. Number 1, we have title. It gives the gist of the story. It summarizes the main ideas or ideas of your study. Second example of a textual aid, we have a graphic organizer. It is a visual display that demonstrates relationship between facts, concepts, or ideas. A graphic organizer guides the learner's thinking as they fill in and build upon a visual map or diagram. Number 3, a flow chart is a graphical or symbolic representation of a process. Each step in the process is represented by a different symbol and contains a short description of the process step. The flowchart symbols are linked together with arrows showing the process flow direction. Now let's move on to number 4. The fourth form of textual aid is we have Venn diagram, and this is very common to you students. Venn diagram is a diagram used to identify the similarities and differences between two or more concepts. It is represented by two overlapping circles. Now, number 5, cause and effect diagram emphasizes the connection between the different concepts. This is called the most beneficial organizer since it can be applied to all subject areas. Number 6 form of textual aid is we have concept maps. They are general organizer of textual aids that can show the central thought with its matching characteristics. These are actually helpful and excellent for brainstorming, refreshing stock knowledge, and or generating alternative expressions. These kind of maps can also be used to show or rank the hierarchical relationships as the most significant concepts or concepts should be placed at the top. Now, number 7, pie graph is a circular chart which is divided into slices or portions to illustrate proportion. Number 8, line graph. It is a common type of chart which displays the information as a series of data points connected by the line segments to show trends. And number 9, timeliness is a graphic representation of the passage of time. Now let's move on to your first task for this lesson. we have task 1, which is entitled blocks.block. So each block represents a saying or well-known phrase. Identify what is asked in each block by examining the graphic. Write your answers on the activity notebook or in your answer sheet. So number 1, you have there the word chicken. Among the boxes there, only the word chicken is very small. It is written very small. So what do you think is the correct answer for number 1? Okay, the correct answer for number 1 is little chicken. So that's it for number 1. Let's move on to number 2. You have there the words late and never. What do you think is a well-known phrase that could represent for number 2? Okay, the correct answer for number 2 is better late than never. Very good. Number 3. We have there 2 words. Roads and another one is roads, in which the other word is crossing the other road. So what do you think is the correct answer for number 3? Okay, the correct answer for number 3 is crossroads. That's it for number 3. Now let's move on to number 4. So you have there the word trouble on the left side. On top, we have trouble, then center, I'm, then below, trouble. Then another on the right side, we have another word which is trouble. So what do you think is a well-known saying or phrase that could represent the words that are found on block number 4? Okay, the correct answer for number 4 is I'm in trouble. Okay, let's proceed to number 5. We have the word history, which is repeated 3 times. History, history, history. So, what do you think is the correct answer for number 5? This is a very well-known phrase. Okay, history repeats itself. That's the correct answer for number 5. Next, number 6. The word is forgotten. What do you think is the saying or phrase that could represent number 6 block? Okay, the saying is gone but not forgotten. So that's the correct answer for blocks 1 up to 6. Congratulations! I hope all of your answers for this task are correct. Okay, so you are doing good, and let's try another one. So task 2, decipher and decode. So here is the directions. Each block represents a phrase. Identify what is asked in each box. Write your answers on the activity notebook or in your answer sheet. So first box or block is, we have the words, okay, we have 1 at 8:30. 1 at 8:30. What do you think is the correct answer? What do you think is the phrase that could represent number 1 block or first block? Okay, the correct answer is 1 at a time. 8:30 means time, so that's 1 at a time. Next, number 2. We have the words I plus Meyer plus you. I, Meyer, you. So the correct answer for number 2 is I admire you. Without you. And then we have the word life. The word life is also incomplete because the letter E is not there. So we have the words. We have two words, without and life. Without, which has or with no you. Without you, and life without E, which is incomplete. The correct answer for number 5 is without you, life is incomplete. See? Without. The word without has no you. And then life is incomplete because it has no E. So that's the correct answers for blocks 1 up to 5. I hope all of your answers are correct.